in the early years, we certainly had our challenges musically, and we certainly had our challenges organizationally. And there were times I wondered if we would make it or not, but we did. And we had so many people right from the beginning who were really enthusiastic about the organization. And I think that really sustained the group through those challenges.
My name is Darcy, and I'm founding member of One Voice Mixed Chorus. So One Voice has been a part of my roots for 25 years. I moved to the cities in 1988. I had lived in rural Wisconsin. It was a very lonely place for someone who was self-identifying as a lesbian. And so I moved here looking for community and to expand my coming out experience. And when I got to the cities, we were reading Equal Time, which was the magazine at the time, and it advertised for a mixed chorus that a gentleman named Paul Petrella was trying to pull together both gay and lesbian voices to sing together. And that was quite exciting for me because I didn't have a lot of knowledge about the GLBT community, and even back then it wasn't a GLBT, we talked about G and L, gay and lesbian. And my head was filled with misnomers from silence from the past and even actually lack of words for identifying myself.
The very first rehearsal was amazing. It was kind of like the first time I ever went to the lesbian coffee house, except there were men there too. You know, it was just a room full of gay and lesbian people. And everybody was so just pumped. You know, it was like, okay, let's sing. And it was just unbelievable, indescribable.
It wasn't long before I felt like I had finally found my people, my community.
You know, I did want to talk about the early choreography as well, because I remember one of the first concerts, it was Too Darn Hot, and I got to dance with Jiffy Pop and an iron. It was lovely.
Star maker, dream breaker. Some of the original concerts, people were hesitant to sing, and people were hesitant to openly be out in a public forum. I myself, being in the education field, it was very frightening for me. But I always had this anxiousness about, what if somebody sees me?
At the very first One Voice concert, there were a number of singers who were not comfortable having their name in the program, to be out in the community. And one of those singers was Mary Tanucci. But one of the cool things that happened was several years later, Mary, who was working for the St. Paul school system, started the program Out for Equity, which is a way of supporting and working with GLBT students in the public schools. And now, 25 years later, One Voice has a partnership with Out for Equity, and they are a major player in our program each spring called Out in Our Schools.
Gay people at one time were invisible and were forced to become invisible, but now we're a part of the light. We are the light. That's where we are, and that's where we need to keep reminding people of their light and their beauty as well. I am Benjamin, and I am One Voice.